Right now, there are millions of traditional tech professionals who think their jobs are just about to be rendered completely obsolete by AI.
Oh, yeah. The anxiety is real.
It is. But
Yeah.
what if I told you the exact opposite is true, that your legacy IT skills are actually like the most sought-after asset in the industry today? So welcome, Mukul, to this custom-tailored exploration into the source material. We're looking at a really incredibly practical AI roadmap and career transition guide today.
Which is so needed right now.
Right. Because for a learner like you, Mukul, who just absolutely hates information overload, navigating this whole AI hype cycle can feel like, I don't know, trying to drink from a tidal wave. It's exhausting.
That exhaustion is exactly what this guide targets. I mean, our mission for this exploration is to prove that you absolutely do not need to hit the reset button on your career to move into AI.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, when you look closely at how enterprise AI actually functions, those existing skills you have in, Linux, DevOps, cloud, security, those are the exact foundational building blocks the industry is desperately looking for.
Okay, let's unpack this, because I actually have to push back right out of the gate here.
Sure, go for it.
I get the idea of adapting, but let's be real. If I'm trying to debug an AI model that's hallucinating, and I don't understand the underlying calculus or, neural network weights, aren't I just flying blind? Doesn't it all require heavy mathematics?
So that is a very common fear, but it fundamentally misunderstands the role entirely. You aren't debugging the weights of the model.
Yeah.
No, you're debugging the architecture around it. So if the AI is hallucinating, an AI platform engineer is going to look at the retrieval pipeline. Like, did the system feed it the wrong document?
Oh, I see.
Right. You fix the data flow, not the math. What's fascinating here is that the text outlines something called the transition principle.
The transition principle.
Exactly. The idea is you have to convert your existing domain expertise into an AI advantage. Because for enterprise roles, the real priority is hands-on engineering.
So less academic research, more building.
Precisely. It's about moving from just knowing how to use tools to full solution ownership. Handling the requirements, the architecture, implementation, and security and governance.
Well, for someone like Mukul, who picks things up really fast, I mean, that changes the whole perspective, right?
It really does.
It means you just take inventory of what you already know rather than feeling overwhelmed by a million things you don't. The fastest transition is an adjacent one, not an absolute reset.
That's the golden rule right there. A Linux engineer doesn't become a data scientist, they become an AI platform engineer.
Or a DevOps pro transitions into MLOps.
Exactly. Let's actually map it out directly from the text. Take Linux administration. In the AI world, that translates directly to managing AI runtimes, configuring GPU hosts, and understanding CUDA concepts.
Right, and CUDA is basically how the software talks directly to the GPU hardware, right?
Yeah.
To process all that massive data in parallel.
You got it. And if you know Docker and Kubernetes, well, that just translates to deploying those GPU workloads, model serving, and auto-scaling your endpoints.
But wait, deploying a model is just, day one. Because in traditional software, we update code all the time. But with AI, the models drift, right? Their answers can actually degrade over time.
Oh, they definitely do.
Now, how do you actually update this infrastructure safely without breaking production?
Well, that's where your traditional CI/CD pipelines evolve into AI and ML delivery pipelines. So instead of just running basic unit tests, you build in validation and evaluation gates to ensure the AI's output hasn't degraded.
Makes sense.
And your standard monitoring. That turns into AI observability.
Okay, maybe what exactly?
Meaning you're tracking LLM traces, the latency, how many tokens are being used, and actual cost of those tokens.
Right, because those API calls get expensive fast.
Very fast.
Yeah.
And even things like managing secrets and IAM roles that becomes AI data and model protection. The text emphasizes that the bridge to connect all this requires learning just enough Python like APIs and virtual environments and basic ML concepts.
ML basics like supervised and unsupervised learning, right? And embeddings.
Yes, embeddings are huge.
Because embeddings are the mechanism that allows the AI to understand the semantic meaning of data rather than just doing exact keyword matching. But here's where it gets really interesting to me. Because once you build all this infrastructure, you have to protect it.
Always.
And securing an AI agent sounds like trying to guard a library where the books can talk back and actively try to trick the librarian.
That is a phenomenal analogy. And if we connect this to the bigger picture, the source text explicitly names AI security as the strongest differentiator for professionals transitioning into the field right now.
Really? The strongest.
Hands down, because companies are terrified of the risks. Let's look at the specific threats they outline. Take prompt injection, for example.
Right. Is that just like the AI version of a SQL injection?
It's actually a highly accurate way to look at it, yeah. The system basically gets confused between the developer's underlying instructions and the user's input. It ends up treating malicious data in a document as an executable command.
Yikes. So someone could hide instructions in a PDF and hijack the AI.
Exactly. And then you have RH-executable augmented generation.
Which is when the AI is reading your company's internal documents to answer questions.
Right. So if it has access to the whole company database, you have to ensure it respects the exact same access controls as the human asking the prompt. Because otherwise, it might just bypass those controls and summarize confidential HR files for an unauthorized user.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that would be a disaster. But what about when the AI is actually taking action? Agent security just seems like a totally different beast.
It requires a completely different mindset. When systems are given tools, like the ability to send emails or query live databases, you have to prevent excessive agency.
Right, so keeping it on a short leash.
Exactly. Enforcing strict least privilege boundaries and requiring human approval for critical actions. This is also where AI red teaming comes into play, actively running adversarial tests to simulate jailbreaks.
So if Mukul wants to stand out instantly in this crowded field, focusing on securing AI systems like building those guardrails and input-output controls, that's a super high-value niche that organizations are just desperate for right now.
100%.
But, okay, knowing the theory is great. Getting out of tutorial hell and actually executing this transition is the real hurdle. The guide outlines a 90-day plan.
Yes, it does.
Is it actually possible to make this pivot quickly, or are we realistically talking about years of study here? I mean, is 3 months enough?
It actually is, provided you follow the blueprint and don't get distracted. So days 1 through 30 are the foundation phase. You master Python, APIs, those ML basics we talked about, LLM concepts, and embeddings.
Okay. And what's the tangible result?
The output for month 1 is just one mini project pushed to a repo, just getting your hands dirty.
Nice. Then we move into the build phase.
Right, days 31 through 60. This is where you learn to connect the AI to your own data. So you dive into Argio, vector databases like Chroma or FAIS, and orchestration frameworks like LangChain or LangGraph.
So using tools like Ollama or FastAPI, maybe Streamlit for the front end.
Exactly. And the required output here is 2 fully working AI applications.
Okay, leaving the final 30 days for hardening the system, I assume.
Spot on. Days 61 through 90 focus entirely on production and security. So implementing evaluation metrics, observability, guardrails, and secure deployment.
And the final deliverable.
One production-style capstone project. But this raises an important question about how we prove competency to employers.
Because just collecting certificates online isn't going to cut it, is it?
Oh, not at all. Collecting certificates without implementation evidence is completely useless right now. The text demands 3 to 5 demonstrable projects in a portfolio.
So what kind of projects are we talking about?
Things like a local AI assistant using Ollama and Python, a secure RAG assistant, or maybe an agentic vulnerability triage system.
Right. So when Mukul updates his resume or his LinkedIn, how does he frame this new experience without it just looking like a massive word soup of AI tools?
The strategy is to lead with outcomes and architecture. So you talk about the users, the latency reduction, the cost optimizations, not just the tools used.
Right, focus on the business value.
Always. And naturally integrate keywords like generative AI, LLMOps, and AI governance to tie it all together.
So to summarize all this for Mukul, AI is not a career reset. It is just the next layer of your technology career.
Absolutely.
Whether you are moving from DevOps to MLOps or taking your AppSec background to become an AI security engineer, your past experience is genuinely your greatest asset here.
It's the chassis you drop the new engine into.
Exactly. Well, before we wrap up, I want to leave Mukul with a final forward-looking thought to ponder based on the source material.
Oh, let's hear it.
We've talked all about how humans can use their traditional security and DevOps skills to manage and secure these AI systems. But as these agentic AI workflows become more autonomous and capable of tool calling what happens to your role, when the AI systems you're currently securing become capable of writing their own deployment pipelines and autonomously red teaming themselves.
Wow. Yeah, now that is a wild paradigm shift to think about.
Right. Mukul, thank you for joining this exploration. Keep learning, keep building, and most importantly, keep applying your unique perspective to this ever-evolving tech landscape. We'll catch you next time.